Hey, what's going on, DDO players? Axel here. Welcome back to my free-to-play series. If you haven't seen these videos before, this is a series where I'm playing through DDO on a fresh free-to-play account using only what I find, so no shit buffs, no auction house, no trades with players or other characters, nothing like that. So today we've got the last of the level 16s and then the only level 17 free-to-play quests. So we're going to do Mask of Deception and Good Intentions. So we are in the northeast of Evening Star here, if you're wondering where I am to go to this quest, but there is one free-to-play quest over here. And the two quests we're going to do today, neither of them is very straightforward, and the first one at least is very unique, so I'll explain them as we go through. Couple things to update on the character. So I've been running stuff, unlocking stuff, really grinding too much on stream, because if you can see by my HP here, I'm at 1.899 million XP. So I'm actually basically at level 20. I'm actually what, 740 XP away from heroic level cap, so level 20. So I'm gonna, for the rest of this series, I won't really be earning XP, but I'm still gonna go through all the heroic quests, because we've got these two today, and then we've got, I think, we've got the rest of the challenges that I'm going to do, and we've also got In the Demon's Den and Kill 10 Rats. So we've got what, 3 or 4 more episodes, and I'll do an episode wrapping everything up. So we've got like 3 or 4 more episodes, but I'm still going to show you all the quests, even though I'm not going to be earning XP for a while. So as far as gear, really nothing to update. I think the only thing that I've done is I did find, as I was playing on stream, my Twitch stream, by the way, twitch.tv/AxelAlexK if you ever want to watch me on Twitch. But as I was on Twitch, streaming, I found this Diamond of Dexterity +8, so I went ahead and threw that in the Ring of Flickering Steel. Pretty nice, gave me +4 reflex saves essentially, because I did not have a dex item on my gear set, so that was cool. Alright, so let's hop into Mask of Deception, which it kind of made me a little disappointed, because there's a secret door you can find in Mask of Deception in order to do the quest more stealthily, and I found that I could find that door on normal but not on hard or elite with true seeing on my helmet. So I'm gonna have to show you kind of the front door, like break down the front door style version of this quest, as opposed to the more stealthy version, but I'll explain to you how to do it the other way as we go through here. Let me go ahead and summon my hireling. Where's my hireling? I have another one. There we go. Summon the hireling. Buff up. Okay, so for this quest, I will tell you first of all, there's a mechanic here that revolves around having a mask that you actually wear. It's an actual helmet you need to make sure you put on. While that helmet's on, none of the enemies in the quest will attack you. You have to kill them later, but at least for a lot of the quests you don't have to. So what you want to do, what we're going to do here is keep our hireling in place, because the hireling will mess up your stealth. So if you are using a hireling, make sure, for at least for now, you keep him parked.
Masked members of the Cult of the Dragon have been reported.
Now these two guys here we are going to kill. So as soon as we kill these guys, helmets, 2 helmets go into our inventory. One you can wear and one you can pass to a party member if you are grouping. But what you need to do is this Cult of the Dragon mask. You need to put this on. You don't, just to show you what it looks like, you don't have to have the cosmetic of it showing, but you know, it is an actual unique mask. You can actually glamour this if you want with a Mirror of Glamoring. But make sure that helmet is on, because going forward, and make sure you turn auto attack off. Going forward, all these enemies will not attack us, because they basically think that we're a part of their dragon cult, because we have a dragon cult mask on. So you see Cult of the Dragon Initiate. So what we're going to do is just talk to them. They're going to let you go in, but all these NPCs, they will attack you if you do not have this mask on, or if you accidentally attack them. And so you be careful. You can swing your weapon and hit them and then mess it all up. So be careful. Okay, now there's going to be an optional, this disrupt the supplies optional at the beginning that I'm going to show you. So all we're going to do is we're going to talk to this person, and we're going to follow this NPC as she runs out. She's going to run to this other area. And when we're in this area, we can't attack monsters. Well, we can't attack enemies in this building, just this building, without aggroing everyone else outside. So what we're going to do for this optional is we're actually going to go ahead and that NPC, the initiate there, we have to kill her to get a key. So we're gonna go ahead and attack her and kill her. And oh, actually, I'm sorry. It's this guy, this person that was kneeling, that one that's laying right there. She has the key. So we kill her. We kill the rest of the guys in this room. And once we do that, we're gonna be able to use our key on the chest. Now it's not a physical, we're playing a video game, but you know what I mean. It's not an actual item that goes into your inventory. Okay, now, but we do use it on this chest to just close it and lock it. And it gives us 544, XP. So that's just a little bit of XP for you. It's actually more. I think I'm getting less because I repeated it. But I think it's about 800 XP if you're not repeating like I am. So once you do that as well, you have this chest down here. And this chest contains a bunch more masks. So this has 4 more masks that you can pick up and give to party members. So what this does is if you pick these up, and I'm getting a little bit of server lag here. If you pick these up, you'll then have 6 masks. So you can run back to the beginning where your other, the rest of your party is stationed, and you can get these masks and trade, trade it to your party members so that everyone can have a mask. So that everyone in your party, if you have a full six-person party, can run in this quest and not aggro stuff. All right, so after we leave here, you want to make sure you have your helmet on. Now, if I had enough search for it, which I don't, so I can't find it. There's a hidden door right here, and this hidden door lets you go into the main compound without going through the front. And it's better because you can avoid fighting if you can do that. But since I don't have that, I'm gonna have to just go to the middle here. Well, before we go to the middle, I'm going to have to just aggro people and just break through the front door, which is right here. But if we try to go into this door, it won't let us. This is where we have to get into to do the quest, and where we can get into with the secret door. But getting some server lag. This guy will tell us you have no business in the main building. By the way, it's been not a very good day on Shadowdale, I will say. Hopefully the lag stays away, even though the lag's been a little bit better lately. But anyways, what we're going to do for our second optionals, we're going to go, that we can do, we're going to go into the bar here. And you can straight up just pay this bartender. Make sure you have your mask on, because all these guys will attack you if you don't. This bartender here we can talk to. And if you have haggle, you can reduce the price. I don't have enough haggle, but if you have enough haggle, I think I don't know what the number is, but depends on difficulty and stuff. But if you have enough haggle, then you can get a lower price, but we don't. So we're going to have to spend the money. So you can just spend 20,000 platinum to get 800 XP is what it comes down to, because you can spend the platinum to buy everyone in the bar a drink. So we're going to just do that. Worth every penny. So we're going to lose 20,000 platinum. You can watch it go down here. So it's going to go down to 143. If you have spare 200 platinum or 20,000 platinum to get 800 XP, then sure. But you don't have to do that. Depends on if you're a new player, that might be a lot of platinum for you, so maybe you don't want to. But if you're a veteran player or whatever, then you probably have like way more platinum than you know what to do with. Okay, so with that done, we're gonna go ahead and progress to the rest of the quest. Now there is another optional here. I think I already mentioned this. Which we don't have enough of a stat to do this, so we're gonna have to just, unfortunately, aggro stuff and just fight. I don't know of another way to do this quest if you can't find the secret door. So I'm gonna intentionally fail one of these skill checks. I guess I don't think I'll be able to get it, but yeah. So I use intimidate and I failed the skill check. So now we have to just fight to get into the middle. Now we have Night Revels, as I'm recording this, is going off. So is going on, I mean. So we do have special champs to deal with. Let's see. Yeah, these guys are all gonna aggro us now. So at this point, since we aggroed stuff, it's better if you don't aggro at this point, as I said, because you can fight less stuff. But if you can't do the skill checks or find the secret door like me, you're gonna have to just aggro stuff. And server lag, no, come on, please. Okay guys, I went ahead and did a little jump cut there just because big lag spike. I went ahead and cut that out. So yeah, but all I did here is, as I was saying before, you know, I intentionally failed that optional skill check there, and then I just killed the guys that were standing here in front of the door. But if you can't do the skill check, then you can just fail it intentionally and kill the guys out here so we can go in the main compound. There is, now if you do it this way, there is a lot of stuff that you will aggro here and have to kill and fight. It's better if you can do it stealthily, just because then you can come in here and you do eventually have to fight a lot of stuff, but if you do it through stealth, you can at least come in here and you can disable the traps if you have trapping skills. But yeah, it's one of these where it's really helpful to have a rogue or artificer, or at least somebody with search. By the way, since we failed, I'm gonna go ahead and put my real helmet back on. Okay, so go ahead and I just wanted to look in here. I don't think, yeah, this is just breakables. Okay. Just go through. And there's actually another optional right here. Tasty ham. If you come here through stealth, then let's aggroing a lot of stuff. If you come in here through stealth, then you can click on that tasty ham and get a little bit more optional XP. Basically you're trying to poison the ham, but you have to have at least one, you have to at least have some wilderness lore, which wilderness lore means you have like a primal class level, so like barbarian, ranger, or druid, one of those primal classes. So we wouldn't be able to do that anyway. Just go ahead and kill stuff, and yeah, go ahead and rescue our hireling here. All right, so we'll just continue on down this way. So there are traps that will spawn if we get a certain way. So what we're doing is we're trying to find the white dragon mask, which is down here. Get there, we're almost there. Okay, so here we are. Go ahead and you actually have to gather. There's actually a gather point here, so everyone in your party. Well, I aggroed these guys. I just wanted to use that shrine real quick. There is a gather point, so you do have to make sure that everyone in your party is willing to, is actually, you know, playing and not AFK. But everyone does have to run and gather there at some point. So you can't have people parking, like who are just standing there piking. Piking means, I don't know if that's used in other games, but piking generally in DDO means that someone's not really contributing. They're just either just following and not doing anything, or just standing at the entrance. But you got to make sure if someone's AFK or piking that they actually make the way over to you, because you cannot finish this quest unless everyone gathers. There are a few quests like that in DDO. Not too many, but there are some. For various reasons. Sometimes it's because of a quest mechanic, sometimes it's story reasons, but there are some gather mechanics. Okay, so this is what we have to find. So there's going to be an alarm, so we got to make our way back. So not too hard, just do that. So we've already killed the stuff, thankfully, but there are traps, and these traps you can disable. So stealth, using stealth to get in really only helps you to avoid the traps. Now once you get out here, you do have to start, you can't do the whole quest. You can't do the whole quest with a pacifist approach. You do have to kill some stuff. Oh, my hireling, no! The other thing is you do have to go out this way. So even if you do it through stealth, you do have to run out the front door. So you have to get through these trap areas no matter what. You can't go in the side stealth path that you came in. It does close, the quest does close those doors off. And this fighting here is required. So you have to kill this this wizard here. It's actually better if you can like pull stuff here. That way all the archers aren't plinking you. So if you can pull stuff in here, I think it's a good idea. Always use walls to your advantage if you can. And I really probably should have used shield. I should have used shield to get immunity to these magic missiles, but oh well. But yeah, maybe, Night Revels is going on right now, which is why you were seeing these pumpkin-headed champions and these Night Revels chests, which I guess I'll pick up, even though I'm not going to do any festivals or events in the series. Anyways, but Night Revel's key. I mean, if you see stuff like this, it's only active during October, and if you get those keys, you can go use them to run event quests for gear and stuff in the House Jarasco. All right, and you can also, there's also a quest there where you can run to earn keys by just doing that quest as well. Okay, so after this is over, all we're going to do now is just run to the beginning of the quest and finish it. But you can't actually, you know, go through the gate until you kill everything. I thought it was just the red name, but no, there we go. Now it's open. Gotta kill most stuff, apparently. Alright. So after this, I've actually already, one of those optionals gave me maximum heroic XP. So we will go ahead and take level 19. I'm not going to take level 20 before I cover the rest of the heroic stuff, even though I could. I'm not going to. It's funny, I already pulled these before. These goggles I pulled when I was unlocking this on Elite, when I was running it on Hard. Okay. Let's get our chests. And we'll go to Good Intentions. After we take level 19. I will take level 19 though. Alright, so after you're done with this quest, it does drop the mask, so make sure that you have put your helmet back on. Sure, I'll take a ring. Alright, so Good Intentions is over in the harbor, kind of near the Lord's March entrance, or the, it's also near the Waterworks, across from Waterworks, that area. Kind of near, it's near Invaders also, that we ran, what, 3 episodes ago or so? I'll go ahead and grab another challenge token, which I should have, the day should have reset by now, but we'll check. Yep. All right. But yeah, at this point, since I have, let's go ahead and take, there's no reason I couldn't take level 20 since I'm capped. Like, I'm not going to gain anything. I'm just going to stay level 19 just because I don't want to, I don't know, I don't want to be over level, higher level than people following the series would be when they run these quests. But I really didn't, I grinded more than I had to off stream, or off, on stream. Paladin. So I actually have a bunch of, go ahead and use a bunch of enhancements as well. Take another rank of strength. I think the rest, I'm not really sure what I want to take. You know, I'll just spend the rest later. I don't need to go through that right now. I'll do that when I'm not recording. But yeah, there's no reason I couldn't just take level 20. But I don't want to be over level for the series. Because at level 20, it's a huge power jump. You know, you get epic destinies and all that, which I will show you in a future episode, but not this episode. By the way, Night Revels, which is running right now, again, it's only in October, so if you're watching this, you know, if you're watching this when the video comes out, you have the opportunity to, run that and earn a free mount, because that's the only time you can actually earn a mount for free. Is Night Revels, the Night Revels event. You can play that for free, and if it is a bit of a grind, but if you grind that event, you can earn yourself a mount. The other thing I want to mention, if you're watching this series, this video as it comes out right now, through early November 2025, there is a free coupon code available to redeem all the adventure packs in the game for free. So make sure if you're watching this when it comes out that you redeem that. If you're watching this, you know, before, I think it's November. It's through November, either November 1st or November 2nd, 2025. But I'll put a pinned comment below with all the info for that. But you'll definitely want to use that code and put it in the store. Okay, but I mentioned that code I think earlier in the series, but every once in a while, it's like every 1 to 2 years, they'll do a free coupon code that gives all the adventure packs in the game for free, except for the newest one. No, it doesn't give the expansions, but there is a sale currently on the expansions as well that they do with that code. They'll do a sale for right now the oldest 5 DDO expansions are 100 DDO points. So if you're watching as this comes out, you know, make sure you claim that. If not, I'm sorry. If you're watching this in the future, just hang on. You may want to wait. At some point, they tend to bring it back every year or two. So if, in the meantime, if you've missed that, you know, you may want to just earn points and maybe consider subbing to VIP in the meantime to get that access, or you can, with the points you earn, you can buy an adventure pack or two and earn it the old school way. Okay, anyways, let's start talking about the quest. So good intentions, go ahead and buff here. This one is a bit complicated. It's easy to get lost because there's 3 items we need to find in this quest, and they can be in random areas. Oh wait, we don't fight these yet, do we? They can be in random areas of the quest. Talk to, is it summoner? This guy's gonna summon Militia.
Displays the strange and exotic creatures she has bound with her magic.
Everyone's favorite NPC, for obvious reasons. Anyways, to progress the quest, we're going to talk to Orban here.
Animatic, cries the gnome. My enchanted golem will change life.
By the way, you want shield,
forever.
some kind of magic missile immunity for this quest.
To his creation. To demonstrate my latest invention, the animatic will now animate these perfect.
So the 3 things we need to find, 2 of them are, well, they're not too bad if you know what you're doing, but well, actually, he'll show us as soon as we talk to Orem again. He'll show us. Pretty tough quest, actually. Fortunately, we aren't doing like too much damage to these animated objects because we don't have if you have an adamantine weapon to bypass a lot of the construct DR in this quest, it's really helpful, which I don't have, so my damage is not going to be the best. Okay, we're going to hop over here, talk to this guy. So he's going to give us the objectives of the 3 ingredients we need to find. So he's going to say find the ingredients for the wand. So we've got to find a kobold in the tavern. We actually get a kobold drunk. We got to find the collector in the south sewers, which is Dirk, who's going to tell us to find Nibbles, who's the squirrel we need to find. And then we have to find one other, what's the other ingredient? I'm trying to remember. There's an ingredient, I think glittering dust or something. Well, something like that. We'll find it in the shops. So what we're going to do is we're going to go around this area and go up here in the center. This is the path I'm going to use. We need to pull this lever first. But Nibbles is the harder one because he has 3 different spawn locations and it's random. Sometimes he's here in the southeast, sometimes he's here in the center, and other times he's here in the northeast. So some people can get really lost in this quest trying to find Nibbles. He's also a small squirrel, so he's easy to miss, but you have to find him and pick him up and then return him to Dirk, who's going to be in the sewers here. The others are pretty easy to find because one is always here in the center. That's the dust. And then the kobold that you get drunk is always in the tavern, which is here in the southeast, kind of where these shrines are. So Nibbles is really the only one. So all you need to keep in mind is you have to go here to the center to pick up one ingredient. You have to go to the southeast to the tavern to pick up an ingredient. And then the third thing you find can either be here in the southeast, here in the center, or here in the northeast. So find those 3 things, and then you go to the northeast here for the final fight. There's also a bunch of optionals you can do, which can show. There's some up here. I'm not going to show it, but if you want to do some optionals, they are rare, so they're not there all the time. But sometimes there's some optionals here, which is basically kill one thing. It's basically a mini boss you can kill for some pretty good XP actually in this quest. There's also one that can be up here in the very north, and one that can be right here, which is an animated dog, I believe, or an Iron Defender, which can be here. So I'll check these 2. The Slod, who can be here in the north, and the one that can the animated dog, or that can be here, but I'm not going to check. I'm not going to bother going north to check the other 2. Okay, but if you want to check those, you can, but they're not always there. The way they work as rares in this quest. So we're going to go through here first. You don't really need your underwater action for this part. These are really short swims. All right, we're going to talk to Dirk here. You actually can find Nibbles before you talk to Dirk, but I'm going to go ahead and just talk to him first. He's going to tell us that we need to find Nibbles the squirrel. And this is the same squirrel, by the way, that was in, if you remember, I told you in the Tower of Frost episode that we'd be seeing Nibbles again. Nibbles is the same squirrel from Tower of Frost. So we are seeing him return. He's more known for this quest, really. But alright, so here... Yeah. One thing that helps with... So we got lucky. There's Nibbles right there. So he was in the first location. But you want to use your Q key to find him. Like I did right there. Really helps. But yeah, so we got lucky. He was in the best... Really the best spots. Okay, so here he is. Nibbles the squirrel. Hi, Nibbles. Just gotta pick him up. So he runs onto your shoulder.
He seems to like people.
Okay, so next we're going to go to the tavern, which is right here, to get the second ingredient. So gold scuttle, all you're going to do is you're going to keep buying him for 40 gold, which is nothing. You're going to keep buying him drinks. He's going to keep drinking drinks until he gets drunk. And then he gives you, finally when you get him drunk enough, he gives you the Beholder's Eye, the second ingredient for the wand that the gnome needs. So last, we just got to go to the shops here. We also have to, well, we could do either way, because we have to actually, when you get Nibbles, you have to return him to the guy in the sewer. So, you know what, I guess I will go ahead and return Nibbles. It doesn't matter what order you do it in, but I'll go ahead and just return Nibbles, I guess, for now. Just hop down here and, hop down here, do the swim. But you can't just find Nibbles. You have to return him to Dirk. Alright, so here's Dirk.
Dirk gives you
So there we go.
unicorn's
It gives us unicorn horn, one of the ingredients we need. So now we have 2 of the 3. So we'll go to the shops for the last one, and then we just have the infight. So in here, it's sort of kind of random, not really, but the 3rd ingredient's always in the shops, but it can be in a different, it can be in the northwest, or, well, you'll see when we get in there. It can be in one of the different areas of the shop, but it's always in the shop. Even though these things look like they're floating, you can still trip these inanimate objects, which is kind of funny. Because they are floating, but it still lets you trip them. Yeah, I really wish I had an adamantine greatsword. That would be amazing. So I'm pretty sure, I know the construct does at the end, but I'm pretty sure all these objects also have adamantine DR. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure, I mean, look at the low damage I'm doing. I'm pretty sure they do. Alright, so we're going to go in here. We're going to go through here. But we got to go, to get to the shops, we got to go, where is it? I'm sorry. We got to go, I think, south. Yeah, south we got to go. Alright, so we're going to go around. So Nibbles can sometimes be here in the courtyard. This is the 2nd spawn location for Nibbles. It's better if he's in the 1st or 2nd, because if he's in the 3rd in the northeast, you have to go to the northeast and then run all the way back to the sewers. So it's much less convenient. So in here, the other ingredient can be in one of these passages, one of these side rooms. You don't know which one. It's random. All right. Getting a little bit of server lag. Hopefully it clears up here in a sec. Okay, there we go. A little bit of lag, but I think we're good now. Alright. So let's check this one. So it's not here. a lot of enemies in this one as well, so if you don't have a way to get through their defense, like I don't, like the DR can be very painful. We'll probably use that shrine in the courtyard on our way out, just so I can get my smites back and stuff. Our buffs will be almost out by then. Alright, so what we need is not here. Alright, check over here. There it is. Alright, we're almost through this trash, which is very aggravating right now, not being able to break through the DR. Alright, we're almost done. Alright. Finally. Bring this down, grab the pixie dust. Now we're done. Now we just have to bring it all to Orin. And Orin is going to be in the northeast, as I said before. So we're going to head out here, go to the courtyard. Buff up, and I'll check the optionals on the side just maybe to show you one or two of them if they're there, because they're not always there. All right, let's go ahead and shrine up. I think my hireling can figure out how to... Is he shrining through the... No, he just can't figure out how to get around. Come here, hireling. I was wondering if he was able to shrine through the shrub there. I don't believe he can. Nope, no, over here. He is trying to run around. He doesn't know where the shrine is. No! Alright, let me try one more thing. Sometimes hirelings are not the brightest. Alright, let's try and see if he will do it. If he doesn't do it here, then... Yeah, there we go. Okay. Sometimes their pathing is screwed up. Like, he didn't know the right way to get to the shrine. Alright, so let's go back out the way we came after we buff. To the northeast is more stuff more stuff spawned, sadly. I'm trying my best to not aggro. Well, to aggro as few things as possible. Alright, so we'll go up here. Alright, we're going to cut through here to the north. Okay. Alright, so there is an optional... So here's the infight. I want to check. There's an optional over here, which is here. So we're going to go kill the dog. So, you know, is it worth doing? I don't know. It is kind of a long beatdown here. More something you want to do in a party. In a party, someone can go north, check the optionals here in the northwest, and check the north optional in this one. Maybe do it as the rest of the party does, like the main objectives. I think it's a little bit harder to justify doing, you know, solo. But I will check this slot, as I said I would. But there are two more over here that can be over there. Aren't there all the time. Again, I would love to have an animating weapon. I would be bypassing the DR here. Alright. Let's get our quest. So what, 3,600 XP? I mean, it doesn't mean anything to me. Obviously, I'm at cap already, but, you know. That's a pretty good chunk of XP, actually, for one mob. Okay, so here's the infight.
The animatic stands
We will check the optional just to show it for the video.
It looks like Orban has found a
So you pull this, you go up here.
the golem.
You can check to see if the slot is up. And we gotta pull, where is that? There's a lever here. So the slot is not up. He's normally here. Yeah. We'll check anyways. So that unlocks this, but there's no mob here, so I don't know why. I really didn't have to do that. Just figured I'd show the lever and all that for the video. Alright, just a few more. It's really, like, as you can tell, it's pretty grindy chopping through this quest. Thought it would get through the DR, but, you know. It is what it is. This is a pretty good chunk of XP, though, from doing the quest. Alright. So, if we wanted to, I think we could go this way and go to the west, but I think I've showed enough. Well, you know what? We'll do it. I'll do one more. We can go to the Afridi, I guess, since the Slod wasn't up. The Afridi is up here. If he's up, he'll be up here. He is not here. So, no Afridi either. So I'm going to make my way back. If those things want to follow me, they can. Alright, so no Afridi. But at least the y'all can see the Iron Defender. But like I said before, you know, all these, they aren't always there. Sometimes they are, sometimes they aren't. Alright, so we're going to do the infight now, and this infight's probably going to take a little while. Because these, got a lot of these animated objects that spawn.
Over here!
But we're going to give him,
Please
I'm going to go ahead and
hurry.
actually do,
I
like, some buffs here.
The animatic contained much longer.
Do some fire resist. I think these guys do throw fire.
Into a magic wand.
So we got to beat down this golem here.
We are. This wand should strip the enchantments from the golem and remove its commands. Well, there's when we find out. First, I'll remove the contained spell, then I'll use the wand.
The animatic charges towards you, animating the large gazebo it is standing on.
Go ahead and
Oh, that didn't go as planned.
Says Orban.
The wand did remove some of the animatic's command structures, and then it seems the only ones
trying to
affected
swap
were the
to my
ones that
shield wand just to get
prevented the
shield,
golem
but
from attacking. Oh, I'm afraid you.
go, because you want shield. If nothing else, you want shield.
There's no other way.
Rip haystack. Let me get the trash down. Getting server lag? No. Could raise haystack, I guess. He will heal himself, which he did. Yeah, I thought so. Some more trash is gonna spawn. So I'm trying to like hit the trash, but also hit the mob, the main monster at the same time. Alright, so he's about a third. I really could be using more of my action boost and such. Got one more action boost. All right, there's good intentions.
Clatters to the ground. Orban's dream of renovating Stormreach is now nothing more than a pile of
Oh, that's
useless
kind of cool.
junk.
It's a trapper item.
Still,
Mythic +1.
It would be nice to be able to
UMD
sit
+3.
down without the chair attacking you.
Quality dexterity as well. If I had a augment for death block, I could consider throwing this on. The other thing I want to mention, I should have mentioned this last quest, the Mask of Deception. So if you remember whenever we went through Dinosaur Crisis, that quest, Dinosaur Crisis was a replacement quest for the quest Memoirs of an Illusionary Larcener that I mentioned. If you watched the Dino Crisis video where we went through that quest, I kind of explained that story. But one thing I wanted to mention, Mask of Deception, that's where the loot that was in Memoirs of the Illusionary Larcener, that's where it was moved. But yeah, let's see if we got anything good here. Acid Absorption Cloak, False Life. Yeah. Nothing really. Alright. Alright guys, well, that's going to be it for this video. Hope you enjoyed. We've got just a handful of episodes left in the series. So I will see y'all next time. Have a good one. Take care.